So today we're going to make chicken tikka masala. Now first of all is the national dish of the UK. Now the controversies are that it could be Indian or Bangladeshi or even Pakistani because they were the one who first immigrated to the UK and started their first cafe. Well, whoever it was, our job is to make it as tasty and as culturally close as possible. So today, after trying a bunch of different recipes, I've come upon this one which I can guarantee if you make at home, you're gonna love it. So I've divided the recipe into 3 parts. So the first one is the chicken tikka, the second one is the makhani gravy, and the third one is the onion tomato masala. And when you combine all of these 3, you get the beautiful chicken tikka masala. Now I know that most of the restaurants use this technique because the makhani gravy is prepared in way advance. So without further ado, let's make this, shall we?
So now, before going to the recipe, let's talk about the 2 most important things. That is the ginger garlic paste and garam masala. So this is a very simple ginger garlic paste. What I like to do is 60% of garlic and 40% of ginger. You could do a 50-50 if your ginger is milder. Mine was a little strong. That's why I did it this way. And now talking about the garam masala, freshly ground is the most appropriate for this recipe. Now whenever you make your own garam masala, don't make it into large quantities because after a while all the flavor is gone. I like to make it into batches wherein I know that it's going to be used up in about 2 to 3 days. So now, once that's out of the way, let's start by preparing the chicken tikka because of course it's going to take the longest to marinate. Now here I have some boneless, skinless chicken thighs. Now I'm cutting this into 2 large pieces. Now I'm doing this because we are going to cook this 2 times, once in the pan and then the second time in the gravy. Now this will ensure that all the pieces are still juicy when served. So now we are going to marinate the chicken twice. So the first one is to release all the excessive water from it. So to that we're going to add about a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste and then season with pepper and salt. To that add about a teaspoon of lemon juice and at last about 2 teaspoons of red chili powder. Now I'm going to let this marinate for about 1.5 hours at room temperature. So now once we've done that, it's going to look like this, and as you can see when I squeeze it, a lot of water is released. So now it's ready for the second marination. So in a separate bowl, add 1.5 cup of mustard oil. Now I haven't smoked because I feel that's how you get the best flavor out of it. But if you find it too pungent, then you could smoke it. But my recommendation is that you shouldn't. So to that add about 3 teaspoons of Kashmiri Red Chili powder and about half a teaspoon of turmeric. This is going to give that bright orange color to the chicken. To that I'm adding half a cup of thick yogurt, 1 tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, 2 teaspoons of garam masala, salt, pepper and about 2 teaspoons of lemon juice, and at last 1 tablespoon of Kasoori Methi. Now mix everything very well. Now to be honest, you need to taste and adjust the spices accordingly because it should be a little more salty, spicy and should have a sourness to it. So adjust accordingly. Once mixed, add your chicken pieces and mix it well. Every crevice should be coated with the marination. Now take this a step further, I'm going to smoke it. So in a small pot, I have placed some active charcoal. To that I'm adding 1 teaspoon of ghee. Now immediately cover it and I'm going to let this marinate for at least 6 hours in the fridge or overnight if you have the patience. As the chicken is marinating, let's start preparing the makhani gravy. So now in a big pot, add 1 roughly chopped onion and a lot of tomatoes, which I've just chopped in tail and cut into quarters. Once you're done with all of your tomatoes, add 2 to 3 green chilies, about 9 to 10 garlic cloves and an inch of ginger, a tablespoon of butter, and after that you're gonna add some whole spices, a quarter of a cinnamon stick, 2 to 3 cardamom pods, 4 to 5 cloves and 1 bay leaf. Now season with salt and pepper, and to that add 3 teaspoons of garam masala, 2 teaspoons of red chili powder. And now mix everything up, cover and let it cook for about 25 to 30 minutes or until the tomatoes are completely mushy and cooked through. So once cooked, it's going to look like this and your house is going to smell amazing with the aromas of the whole spices. So first remove the bay leaf and using a hand blender, blend it until very creamy and smooth. You can do this in a big blender jar because that's what I ended up doing to get that perfect texture. So once blended, it's going to look something like this. Now to cut through the sourness, I've added about half a teaspoon of sugar, and to that I'm adding half a cup of fresh cream and half a tablespoon of Kasoori Methi. Mix and let it simmer for about 15 to 20 minutes. Now, a word of caution that it's gonna bubble up, so to avoid getting burned, you should definitely cover it. So now the chicken has been marinating for quite a while now. So you could either cook it in an oven or you could do it this way, which I believe gives the gravy more flavor. So in a pan, add about a tablespoon of mustard oil. Heat it until you see smoke coming out of it. This is to remove that pungent flavor from it. Now, once hot, add your chicken tikka pieces and cook on high heat until you see a little charry bits on the chicken. Cook for about 2 to 3 minutes on each side. Now remove the chicken pieces and now we can cut them into smaller pieces. I mean, come on, look at that juicy piece of chicken. You could definitely try one. Now let's make our third and last component. That's the onion tomato masala. First, finely chop about 2 to 3 onions and about 8 to 10 tomatoes. And now remember the pan in which we cooked our chicken? We are not going to throw this. This is actually liquid cold because it has all the flavors of the marination and the scrumptious juices from the chicken. So in the same pan, add your chopped onion and saute until golden brown and cook through. To help with this process, add a little bit of salt to remove all the water from it. Now this is a very crucial step, so you have to patiently wait and let it caramelize. So once it looks like this, add your tomatoes, and to that add about a tablespoon of ginger garlic paste, season with salt, and add about 2 to 3 teaspoons of Garam Masala and 2 teaspoons of red chili powder. Now cook this until tomatoes are cooked through and your onion tomato masala looks like this, and it's ready. Now all the components are ready, let's make our chicken tikka masala. So first, in a pan, add about a tablespoon of ghee. To that add a teaspoon of cumin, 1 dried Kashmiri Red Chili, and about a tablespoon of chopped garlic. Saute until golden brown and fragrant. To that add about 1/4 cup of your onion tomato masala and your chicken tikka pieces. Saute for a bit and then add 3 to 4 cups of your Makhani Gravy. Now mix it well and add about half a tablespoon of Kasoori Methi, 1 tablespoon butter, and 3 tablespoons of fresh cream. Mix it well and let it simmer for about 5 minutes. And your chicken tikka masala is ready. Now you can use the whole gravy and the whole onion tomato masala. I've just shown you how this is served in the restaurants when you order it, so you can play with the quantities. Now the detailed list of ingredients is given in the description below. So there you have it guys, chicken tikka masala. So do try this recipe out guys and let me know your feedback in the comment section below, or you could DM me on my Instagram where I make more amazing recipes for you guys. So if you learned something, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon, and until then I'm gonna meet you on my next video.